Hello, Pop Consumer Society. Is it okay to have lunch now? Check out this news. It's in two parts. Pay attention to both parts. It starts with Deadline. What is Deadline? A reputable outlet saying, Deadline brings the information that after Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan, yes, Bucky, is in negotiations to take on a role in the Batman Part 2. In other words, Matt Reeves' script, which took some time to write, is now ready. There's a role there, and the role fits Sebastian Stan. Deadline doesn't say what role it is, okay? It doesn't say what they want from Sebastian Stan. But there is a character there. For him, it's a situation similar to Scarlett Johansson's, although Scarlett Johansson is already unofficially confirmed, but off the record for the role. And then the speculation begins about who it is. That's where the second part of our rumor comes in, which comes from Jeff Snyder's Chili Cuenta. Jeff Snyder, who is a guy that when he's under a lot of pressure, let's put it that way, when his ego is really pushed, he starts to lose his temper. What did Jeff Snyder say? The character that Sebastian Stan would play in Batman Part 2 is Harvey Dent, the district attorney of Gotham City, who eventually turns into the villain. Two-Face, who has already appeared in Batman, the animated series, who has already appeared in Batman Forever, who has already appeared in Nolan's Batman. And now he would appear in Joker, right? And now he would have his role in Batman Part 2. He's a recurring character in Batman's stories. He's important for the functioning of Gotham City's legal system. He's the city's district attorney. It's a role he could take on without any problem. I can definitely see Sebastian Stan taking on this villain role since he's played other villains in his career. He himself. The Winter Soldier is both a hero and a villain, right? But this time it's going to be the opposite, right? It's going to be the city's hero who turns into the villain, right? So I don't think it would be a bad role, and I don't think it's a wild guess either. But it's Jeff Snyder, so what we know for sure is that Sebastian Stan is negotiating the role, but we're less certain about that. That it's about Two-Face, about Harvey Dent. We don't know yet if it's Two-Face or just Harvey Dent. For now, it's also important to mention that, okay? He might just be Harvey Dent. It's still early since Batman is only in his second year. Events are still unfolding. Sebastian could play other roles as well. We know that. This script has a villain that hasn't been revealed yet. So he could be Silence, for example. He could be the Being, the Cold. Among others that are being speculated, Scarecrow, others that are being speculated for this movie. So he's a versatile guy. He's a guy with a face that can fit many roles. The guy played Tommy Lee. The guy played Donald Trump. The guy is versatile and could be any villain in that Batman villain age range, or even an ally. He could be Scarlett Johansson's husband. They could be a duo. She could be the prosecutor's wife. Maybe that's the direction. There could be a love triangle between the three. Since Batman doesn't have Catwoman in this movie, Batman is going to have a lack of a love interest. And like in the first one, maybe they'll set something up like that in the second one. That's it. So that's the news. She gets bitten. She goes back and forth. I have a question that came to mind when I heard this story about Sebastian Stan. It's about how Harvey Dent. I recently gave some news that Barry Keoghan himself, who plays the Joker, is going to be the Joker in this Batman universe. He said his role was expanded and he'll have more scenes than first planned in Batman Part 2. And then there was speculation that the Joker would be the villain in Batman Part 2. Well, Joker and Harvey Dent / Two-Face, we've seen them before, and my concern about a Batman Part 2 with the Joker as the villain. It's the inevitable comparison that will come up with The Dark Knight, which is the most successful Batman movie to date. So you're going to make a sequel, which is Batman versus the Joker, and with Harvey Dent, because Harvey Dent is also in Nolan's movie. So you're creating a power structure there with very close relationships. It's Bruce Wayne in his duality between Harvey Dent and Two-Face, the Joker messing everything up, creating chaos, and you have elements that are very close. So that's what makes me a bit hesitant. Because if the actor himself said that he's going to have an extended role, it means they're going to bet more on the Joker, alright? And what if Harvey Dent is involved? Since the Joker's origin isn't related to Dent, their connection was created in Batman. Nolan's The Dark Knight. They're not characters that belong together like Joker and Harley Quinn, where Harley Quinn can't exist without a Joker, no. Unless you shape the story like Nolan did, then the character that comes along, and if he comes together with the Joker, it's going to create that comparison, which I don't think is cool. The closest thing to a realistic Batman we've had since Nolan is Robert Pattinson, that Batman who tries to play with elements of the real world with real technology as much as possible, obviously, and then the comparison is going to be tough and it might not go over very well. It might not be well received. But I'll say it again. We're not sure if it's Harvey Dent. We're not sure if this Harvey Dent will become Two-Face. And most importantly, we're not even sure if Sebastian Stan will accept the role. It'll be interesting because of the role, whether the pay will be worth it, if his schedule matches. There are a lot of things that can happen that go beyond just wanting it. For those people saying, damn, they're trying to redo the Winter Soldier cast, they're stealing Marvel's actors. James Gunn is trying to sabotage Marvel by stealing their actors. Marvel has already dropped thousands of actors from the cast. At some point it's going to happen. At some point it's going to happen. At some point the same actor will be in two different universes. That's going to happen. In fact, Scarlett Johansson is there. She stopped being Black Widow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? But Sebastian is still Bucky. He's going to be Bucky and either the Dent or another villain. So, he's going to be Bucky and Harvey Dent or another villain in the Batman. But it's not something that prevents it. It's not something that's not allowed because the guy currently has an active role. That doesn't happen at Marvel Studios. No one at Marvel Studios has an exclusivity contract, at least not as far as I know. And at DC, no one has an exclusivity contract either. So it's something we should let go of. These guys will have different roles in different universes, but it's a good name. Well, it's a name. He's an up-and-coming guy. He just won a Golden Globe last year. He's someone whose career is just starting to take off. Yeah, and I think he would be a great name for Batman Part 2. But what do you think? Sebastian Stan is in, and what role could he play? Leave a comment below. I'll return soon with more pop culture topics. This was another Cuatro Coisas video. The channel posts at least 3 videos daily, Monday to Sunday. If you liked it, here are some more tips for you to watch. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell for new updates. Thank you very much. See you next time.